So, hello, my name is Alan McElroy. I was encouraged to make a podcast. I do stand-up comedy and other weird stuff, and a few people told me I should do this sort of thing, so I thought I would, because weird stuff keeps on happening. So, I live in Auckland. I'm from Ireland. I've lived here for a while. I moved back to Ireland for 6 months, just came back, so I've been moving from weird shitholes to another shithole. Where I am right now is probably the worst place I think I've ever lived. It's riddled with cockroaches, and there's a lot of banging going on. I don't even know if they're building anything. People just wake up and start banging, like hitting fences, hitting nails, punching walls. Like, it's just weird noise everywhere. But one of the weirdest things is that you can't, like, you just have your room, right? You have your room, and the kitchen is outside and the toilet is outside, but there's a lock on your door, so you're encouraged to have your key at all times. Now I don't know where my key is, so already I'm fucking freaking out, because if you leave the room, the door shuts behind you. So I was conscious of that until yesterday, and then that's when I had I should have been arrested, to be honest. It was weird. So normally I sleep nude, in nude, or maybe pants, whatever, little tiny pants, little boys' pants, but my pants, I don't steal them from little boys. No, I don't, they're mine, but they have Batman on them and stuff. But that's irrelevant. So I got up and I'm going in and out the whole night, right? Not that I have a prostate problem, I'm in and out the whole night. But then for some reason in the morning I put on some weird shorts and a vest, or a singlet as some people call it. I still call it a vest. It's a weird, I have a picture, I'll stick the picture in, and no shoes, nothing down there on my horrible fucking feet. And I went out, I had my laptop for some reason and my phone, and I went up to make some food and the door shut behind me, and I went, for fuck's sake, now I know I don't have the keys. So I'm trapped, I'm stuck outside, but I'm in the kitchen, so I thought, I'm going to have some breakfast, I'm going to have some bacon and eggs, I'm going to relax because I'm starting to freak out, and then I'll try and deal with the situation. I knew my window was open, I knew that was my window of opportunity, I could get back in. But so I'm sitting up there and my battery is running out on the laptop and my battery is running out on my phone. I text the landlord. He said, be at this certain address at 3:20 in the afternoon for a spare key. I don't have my car, I don't have keys. The only way to get there was an Uber, but it was still 2 hours away. So, and he would charge, I think, $50 to come out to the place. So I thought, right, I got to figure out a way of getting into the room. I thought I could MacGyver my way in. So the window was opened. So I have my bacon and eggs, whatever. I Google how to pick a lock, which videos come up everywhere. There's a lot of videos on how to pick a lock. And I go, right, I need to learn how to pick this fucking lock. So it said, get some hair clips, hairpins. I don't know where they are now, but I walked around outside for about 20 minutes searching the ground, because some tramp falling home after a night out is bound to have lost a hairpin or something, or someone got rattled against the wall somewhere. It's a weird area, a lot of shit happens. And eventually I found a hairpin and I had to get the bit off, but I only found one. So my battery is running out on the laptop and I'm running out of time to try and learn how to pick a lock, and I don't have the full equipment. So I finished my bacon and eggs and my shitty coffee and I'm at the lock and I'm trying to pick it, and that's not happening, that's not working, I just can't do it. And I thought, right, I have to find a ladder. So I put it out on Facebook looking for a ladder. Brought too much attention to myself, the fact that I locked myself out of my own flat and I need to break back in to my own fucking place. So I found a bed frame around the corner where a lot of people dump their shit, like, because a lot of people move in for short term and go, what is this fucking place? And they go. So there's a lot of bed frames dumped around the side. So I got one, and it's, a normal size bed. And I put it up, because I'm on the first floor, right? And I put it up against the wall, and I climb it, because it was pretty heavy. You could climb the slats, and I climbed the slats, and I could reach the window frame, but I don't have the upper body strength to pull myself up. Like, you think you can because you watch movies, and you go, I could do that. You see Cliffhanger, Sylvester Stallone hanging there for 3 years. I can do that. You can't, because your arms are like, there's just bits hanging. They're just bits hanging with hands. That's it. They do nothing. There's no strength whatsoever. They're only there just to, so my jumper doesn't look weird on my t-shirt. So I'm trying to pull myself up, and then I can feel the bed start to slip away. So I have to quickly panic, like run down, because I didn't want to, I'm wearing some weird clothes as it is. I'm in bare feet. I look like a lunatic walking the streets, and I don't want to be found trapped in between a bed where my body fell in half, broke in half because the bed frame slipped against the wall. So I scrambled down. I gave up on that idea. I tried to pick the lock again. That didn't work. Then I remembered seeing a movie where they use like a credit card to put it in to the slippy, to the clicky bit. And I thought, if I can get a credit card, but I didn't have my wallet. I have lots of stupid cards that people give you, but what did I use? Oh, that's what I used. This thing. a flippy for me bacon, the spatula, whatever it's called. So there's still a few marks. I'll show a quick video in a minute how I did it, but I had it wedged in, and I nearly got it, but that wasn't working. Then I thought I was going to have to kick down the door, but you can't kick down the door. I'm going to get charged, and it's a piece of shit door. Like, I could have sellotaped it back together. Anyone could break in here. So it's getting closer to the time that the landlord said, come out and collect the keys. So I said, right, I better make up my mind. Am I going to go collect the keys? But my the battery on my phone is running out, and I'm freaking out. I need to reserve the battery so I can get an Uber, because I have no cash. So phone is off. I'm sitting there trying to come up with other ideas how I can get in the room. I'm trying to look around, see if I can see anyone with a proper ladder, seeing if I can find a really, really tall man or a tall lady with the strength to hold my feet and help me up. I'm trying to figure out all sorts of ways. A grappling hook. I watch a lot of Batman. I thought I could fashion a grappling hook. I just get some shitty ropes that are left discarded down in the park. Nothing. Couldn't do it. So it's getting to the time I need to get an Uber. So I get the Uber. And this guy is the best Uber driver I've got. He was cool. He was from Wellington. He just moved up. It was great fun. So I'm there. I get in the car. I look homeless. I smell because I didn't have a shower yet. I'm in this shitty vest. I'm in the crappy shorts. No shoes. I look like I just escaped from a mental home. And I explained the story to him. He finds it funny. Relieved. He gives me a bit of juice on my phone. Just a bit of juice, because I knew when I got there, he'd have to go to work, he'd carry on, and I'd have to wait until the landlord came to give me the key. So I gave him the address. I think it was 14 Owens Road, Epsom, and he drops me off, and that's great. Now, I've got ginger skin, so I shouldn't be in the sun. I have no sunblock. I'm sitting there, the sun, I'm trying to find shade, and then I jump out. I'm out of the car and I'm waiting, and then I turn around and I realise right across the road is a little girls' school, like young girls, Epsom girls' school, and there's me that looks like a sex pest standing outside the school, like just standing there. And I didn't know what to do, because that's the place I had to be to pick up the key. So I'm standing there, no shoes, like looking like a sex pest now. And they're all coming out of school and they're looking at me, and I'm trying to avoid eye contact, because I don't want, I just don't want to be in that situation. And they're all coming out, and there's parents pulling up to collect their kids, and I'm getting weird looks. Now, I know it's not as bad in this country. I know in Ireland, it's I have a little girl, and when I was back in Ireland, everyone's panicking about paedophiles everywhere, because there was a lot of paedophiles. All of the priests, not all of them, but a few, and whenever I picked up my little girl when she needed to go to the bathroom, when I'm rushing through a mall to get her to the bathroom so she can do her wheeze or poos, whatever she wants to do, I'm aware of all of the eyes looking at me going, he's kidnapping that child, what's he doing with that child? So you're sweating and you're panicking, and you look like you're kidnapping the kid. The same panic that sets in when you go through the airport. You're convinced you have a load of cocaine up your arse, even though you don't. It's all of that. So I'm standing outside the school, and I overthought the situation, and I'm standing there going, I'm coming across like a sex pest, hanging around trying to groom some new kids, and I start sweating and panicking. Then I look even worse than I was, and I was waiting for the cops to turn up, and thank fuck they didn't. And then eventually the landlord pulled up, and it looked like a dodgy drug deal, because he tried to give me a spare key from his little pocket, and he's looking through and he finds it and he gives it to me, and That was fine. And then I had to call another Uber, which took 20 minutes to arrive. So now I'm sitting there looking like a sex pest who just did a drug deal outside a girls' school as the girls are still coming out, and I'm trying not to look at them, and not just, I don't know how old they are, but you don't want to look at them and thoughts, I'm not saying, but and I'm just sitting there like just rocking in my own filth and just sweating and dribbling, and it was horrible. And eventually the Uber driver picked me up and brought me home, and I came back to this fucking shithole of a place and managed to get in. And I realised the moral of the story is I should learn how to pick locks, and I should know how to pick locks, and always have a grappling hook on you at all times. Like, you never know when you need it, like an emergency like this, or you could be the like just for a sneaky peek in an apartment you're looking at. You go, oh, I want to see that apartment, you can't find it online, you go, oh, just fucking grappling hook straight up and pull yourself up and have a look in, and it's easy. But I tell you one thing, a spatula is no good for breaking into a house. I don't even know what this is called. So my advice to any would-be burglars out there is, if you're trying to break into a house, that's not the way to do it, and that's not, behind bars. That's weird. So I'm gonna do a few more of these stupid videos. I'm not expecting anyone to listen or watch. I hate podcasts. Well, I don't hate them, but I just can't sit there without looking at something. So that's why I'm filming this with my big ugly sweaty head, sitting here in a sweatbox on a Saturday afternoon, waiting to go to the pub and spend my day having fun and relaxing. Because I did a weird gig. How many minutes am I in here? Right, fucking only 10 minutes. Last night I did the weirdest gig I think I've ever done. I've done some weird gigs, and I'll probably talk about them in other videos and recordings and stuff. But last night we opened for Jackass, right? And it's not who you expect. It's not, it's a couple of them, but it's not Johnny Knoxville, it's not Steve-O, it's not the dead one, because he's dead, and who's the other one? Bam Margera, because they're all fucked as far as I know. They did more damage to themselves than anyone else. So it was in Hamilton, and it was fun. I knew it was going to be weird. I knew it, and I brought my mate Taryn with me, and I thought, right, if I'm going to have to do this, I'm going to share this with someone else. When I say share, I mean like share the pain and the possible torture with somebody else. So we drove to Hamilton, and it was about 300 people squished into the room, massive room, and it was weird. We got there, and normally you're treated well or greeted by people, and we were just pretty much told, "Are you the comedians? Tell us a joke. Tell us a joke then. Tell us a joke." Like, I don't do jokes. I tell a story on stage. Taryn told a weird joke. She kind of laughed and went, meh. I'm like, fuck off, right? Shut the fuck up. So I said, can we get a drink? Because normally you may get a free drink or something, And I said, can we get a drink before we go on stage to 300 lunatics who are ready to watch Jackass? Just a little, just to loosen up. And she said, oh yeah, there's four bar staff who will be delighted to serve you. Pretty much like, you're not getting a free drink, go around there and pay for it, you fucking peasant. So, we're feeling a bit weird, and we're going, oh, this is going to be, so we're accepting that it's going to be fucking lunacy on stage. So I said, I'll hop up first, because I just wanted to fucking go at them with energy, and then let Taryn, and Taryn did great, killed it, so that was fine. So I hopped up, and yeah, it was good. Like, they're not there to see us, so you have to win them over. They're all there to watch mad stuff, so you're winning them over, you're having a laugh, and we had great fun. And then Taryn went up, killed it, had a great set. And then the Jackass, and then we were treated with respect. That was weird. All of a sudden, do you want a free drink? Come on over here, fucking here, meet the boys, blah blah blah. And okay, fair enough. So clearly you didn't really Google who we were. You didn't know what we were going to do, and now you like us. So we go, right, we're going to have a drink and watch a bit of the show. And we watch the show, and the first guy comes out, the big lad, And he's okay. He's trying to do stand up and he's struggling. He's getting some weird laughs here and there, but it's through association when he's telling a story about something that happened. And then it just got weird. It was just a man talking, no laughs. And which is comedy. Comedy is comedy if it's funny. I know it's subjective, but if it's someone on stage and there's no laughter, then it's not comedy. You know what I mean? There has to be laughs. So he finished, and then the guy, I forget his name, comes out, Dave something, and he's on stage, and he's telling a couple of stories, and it's just, it's silence, and then he says, oh, by the way, I should have took a shit before coming, and I should have taken a shit before I went out here. Oh well, and he had a towel in his hand the whole time. We read a review. Everyone in the room knew what was going to happen. He goes, I should have took a shit. So he pulls out these 2 massive boxes, puts the towel down, climbs on top of the boxes. I seen a grown man take a shit on a stage. I seen a grown man, a man older than me, pull down his pants on a stage, squat down, and the shit came out of his arsehole. I watched it come down. There was 2 big screens, and the shit came out of his arsehole, and the room applauded. Everyone clapped. Well, not everyone. I didn't. And a lot of people clapped. I thought, what is this, right? So he took it and he played with the shit for a while, pretended it was a baby, and that was it. Then he told another story, didn't get a laugh. I think he wished he could shit again because that was his bit. And then in a weird sort of moment, he turned around and he seen the 2 boxes that he pulled on stage and jumped on top of and said, what the fuck are these boxes doing here? Like, who brought these boxes on stage? What is this shit? Like, you brought it on, you lunatic. So we managed to sit through that and we went, probably time to go. It was getting weird. And then, and so we're driving back going, is this what some people find funny? Am I doing it wrong? Should I not be writing jokes? Should I just take a shit? Because I think you should always learn, no matter what job you have, being a comedian, you should always learn, especially from headline acts. So if I learned something last night is if the jokes aren't going well, just pull out a towel, squat down, and just shit on the stage. Just have a big shit on the stage. So I learned 2 things over the last 2 days. Carry hair clips, take a shit on the stage. This is my attempt at a podcast. Oh, something else. Even on the drive home, you'll kill me for this, but I took a picture and I might sneak it in. On the drive home, my friend, my fellow comedian, needed to have a quick one. And I don't know if it was influenced by what happened on stage, but we had to pull over at the side of the road. And he took a shit. I got a picture. I might stick it on. Thanks for listening. Go on to my Facebook, Alan McElroy Comedian, I think it is, or Twitter, which I don't really use, but sometimes I think of something funny that's short. And Instagram, which I use a lot. I take a lot of pictures. Otherwise, whatever. Fucking find me. Thanks a lot, and have a nice time. Bye.